Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
3, 2, 1.
G'day and welcome.
So am I learning from the week? Oh, sorry, mate.
No, look, it is just so good to hear your voice.
I'm back.
He's got 2 weeks to fill, so he's got to talk a lot this week.
I've got a lot of questions from the 2 weeks that
You only get one.
Okay. G'day, welcome to the KOKO Show. Yes, kick-offs and kick-ons. First and foremost, congratulazioni to the World Champion Springboks RCCs for the SYR. That's Rugby Championship champions for the second year running. They got it done at Twickenham. Too complex for you.
Fuck. Calm down.
You usually like an acronym.
It's Monday
I was doing it for you,
son.
mate.
Jesus.
And a public holiday at that.
Labor Day.
Is that what it
You
is?
do any labour?
0.
Keep going, bro.
Well, she would disagree.
Mate, good to have
He's
you back.
on.
Good to have you back.
We'll cut that out. Seriously.
No, that'll stay.
Yeah,
got it.
it's staying.
Yes, they got it done at Twickenham. As I said, spiritual home, Southern Hemisphere Rugby, you know all that stuff. 29-27 over Los Pumas. Also, congratulations to the All Blacks for their record-breaking 11th straight win against the Wallabies.
Wow.
Hurrah.
How many?
11 in a row. Kiwis, too good for the Aussies yet again over there in the Wild West. Congratulations to Tommy Erskine. He finally wrote something that people cared about. He wrote a little headline, Bok to Bok for the Springbacks.
Oh, well done, Prof. He wrote something great and you fucked it.
For the Springboks, he put it as a headline on our Instagram. He's now convinced that Planet Rugby, the Times, Washington Post, that everybody has stolen his Bok to Bok.
Yeah.
The Central Coast Express advocate.
Canberra Times, did they run it, did they?
Canberra Times.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I don't read it, but I'm sure they
Manly
did.
Daily, they did it, mate.
Yeah.
Well done, Tommy. Good on you, mate.
Age.
Too good for this show, mate. Lastly, congratulations to you three blokes, well, and myself, for the fact that we are about to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Oh, we can't crow early. We can't crow early.
Well, you reckon it's
there might be people that want to drop off so we don't hit it. Who knows?
Okay, we need about 120.
Crowing early. So once we hit the mark, what's the crow sound
Oh, then we
like?
crow.
Oh, there'll be a crow?
Then we get lit 3 days.
Crow.
Yeah.
We need 120 subscribers.
Tell your friends, your
Tell
parents,
your family.
even people you're not friends with.
Absolutely, those voices you're hearing, welcome Gits, welcome Drew, and welcome back the man that was at a conference last week and the 2 weeks before, our conference king, Mr. Adam Swoop Cooper.
Yeah, a couple of 3 to 5s.
What were the conferences on? I'm dying to know.
The conference was a mate's 50th.
That was the first one.
Yeah, that was the first one. No, first one I missed was man flu.
Oh,
Good
no.
case of man flu.
Okay.
The second one was, the conference in Burleigh, mate's 50th. The theme was Gold Coast Glamour. So I took my blue suede jacket
Gold Coast
up.
Glamour is like
It's an
bikinis and
oxymoron.
meter maids
Yeah.
and bikies.
Tats. Tats.
Tats.
Neck
yeah.
tats.
Lots of tats.
Fake nuts.
Yeah. Did you put a pair of them on?
Sure, certainly did.
On your face?
Anyway, I went into the barber because I wanted to get
Yeah, you've gone high and tight, bro.
I
like
just said,
it.
mate, I said, son, the theme is Gold Coast Glamour. Give me a Gold Coast special. And he goes, what we'll do is a nice little fade. I said, mate, go rogue. It's all yours.
Mate,
And this is what he gave me.
I like
Anyway,
it.
I haven't fixed it up yet. Anyway, I've got his address, so if we want to go get him.
Swoop, you keep saying this. I think it looks better than your other haircuts. You look miles better.
it does look good. You don't like it.
No, I do.
Mate, it looks
It's really brought out the silver.
Yeah, does it? Really?
Yeah.
Learnings, KOKO Learnings for the weekend. Does it involve your haircut?
Well, I'm
Does it?
learning that Swoop's got a whoop. You know, I've been dying for this sponsorship for a while now.
Like literally.
Oh, yeah. Hey, do you want to see? Do you
having
want
a
to see
field day.
Do you want to see the info straight away?
Huh?
Do you want us to have a look at the info and then we'll drip feed it to you, like your heart rate and your?
Oh, I don't think I should put this on.
Not yet. Not yet.
It says life.
It's good to get a baseline though. What,
Yep.
So what are your learnings?
I don't know, just how good sport.
Yeah.
AFL grand final last weekend. We had the Bledisloe League grand final. Cracking games.
Also, the Waratahs won the Super A US yesterday.
There you go.
Beat the Force. I was over there at that game.
I went to the Sydney Kings versus the New Zealand Breakers. That was a bloody good time.
Really?
Yeah, they won by 20.
So NBL still, does that still happen?
Mate, 10,000 Kings fans in purple know that it's happening. Okay?
With the Kings carrying on like you did in Hong Kong, running blockers and all that shit, basketball chat.
Yeah, but I can understand the chat. Yeah, it's like when you get upset when people aren't being loud enough on the rugby field when you're watching.
Fair.
Hey, gets you learnings.
What did I learn? Actually, I learned today that braces are fucking ridiculously expensive.
Oh, who's wearing braces? Levi wears braces.
Oh, he's got to get them tomorrow. Pre-check and all that. What do you reckon? Ballpark? Actually, not ballpark.
$8,000.
What?
$8,000?
Nah, up.
You're kidding.
Up.
Jeez.
How bad are his teeth?
No, they're fine, but I mean, it depends. It's
12
just
grand?
braces nowadays. What?
12?
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
Good guess. And how much
Another
you getting?
quiz win for the biz.
You getting any back with your private?
Teeth, you get nothing, son. It's just like, there you go. So,
Now,
anyway.
that would still
Whitey's
be-
here. He's listening. Whitey, I'll just get you to slide straight in here. You know how we'll do the intro in a little bit, but we're currently doing our weekend learnings, which yours should be fascinating because you sat next to Schmitty for the whole game. So we'll find it out in 1 sec. First, weekend
my
learning.
weekend learnings is I can put something else on the resume. I'm a children's entertainer.
Oh, yeah.
I went over there on the weekend to Perth, and it's my little godson KJ's 3rd birthday, and Maddie, Curtly's wife, asked me to dress up and don the Peppa Pig costume, and they had face painters there, so I went all in and got the face painted, and then she asked me to run the games for all the kids, and so I played a game of Peppa Says, which is effectively Simon Says, but it was a creepy old man dressed as Peppa Pig telling him what to do. But yeah, I can notch that on the belt, and I can get that done.
Just so I know, just because a fan sent a photo in. Was this before or after when you're at Crown Casino putting a bet on? Before or after the Peppa Pig outfit there?
That would have been after I saw you, Drew. I reckon you were going to see your uncle and auntie.
Yeah, I went in to see my uncle and auntie in the sports bar, but I actually didn't put a bet on, so this is this
fake
looks
news.
bad.
Fake
I think
news.
if you zoom in, I might be on a dating app or something, trying to have a win.
100%. You are opening up the radius to
well, there you go.
120 Ks.
It's a good earner. Kids entertainment.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was great. It was great. I was a little bit out of my depth, but yeah, I can put that on the marriage celebrant, real estate, podcaster, children's entertainer. I just got to get my blue card though, because there might be a bit of conjecture around whether I can be around kids, but we'll get that.
Up the
How
pig.
did you find, because I saw a bit of the footage where you're dancing, you're the only adult dancing, all the parents of the kids are just watching you make an idiot of yourself.
Yeah.
That was fine?
I was particularly embarrassed. I only knew probably 20% of the people in the room. Curtly wasn't even there for his son's birthday. He was doing the morning run for the Western Force the day before the boys played. So I didn't really know anyone there. And Whitey, I think your kids were meant to be coming, but I think maybe you chose otherwise and thought maybe they'd tear the house down.
No, it was my boys with their nature of being like me, high energy. It was raining and it was indoors, so Maddie and Mel decided that it's probably wasn't smart to bring 3 little boys with ADHD over.
It made Pepper's job a bit easier.
Yeah, you dodged one there. My learnings real quick is Michael Hooper has fallen on tough times, the Australian captain, so I don't know if you guys want to reach out to him. Well, he bought a house in my street.
Oh, did he?
So, obviously rock bottom for him.
Like next door? Or how far
No, he's
down?
a few houses up.
Good like
What do you think went wrong?
For him, I don't know, but you guys should reach out to him. If he's ended up on my street, because we all know what my career's done.
Yes.
Like that.
Is it better than your house?
It is better than my house, way better. And he's got a pool. So I was going to say, like, what sort of stuff should I do to get my kids in his pool? How do I make friends with
Stand
him?
out the front with your towel.
Hey, oops. With the 2 kids. In you go.
This may be a little segue. I don't know if we should probably touch on it, but there's been a bit of chat from a couple of former teammates of Hoops about his commentary. Like Quade went public in the first test. I don't know if you've seen this, Whitey, or if anyone's saying anything in amongst the squad, but Quade went on about turn off Hoops or something during the commentary. And then on this weekend's game, I saw Matty Tamua # turn off Hoops. I was like, oh,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, there was no other context. Matty Tamua just said # turn off Hoops. I was like, oh, wasn't
I
expecting
find
that.
Hoops' stuff great. I love listening.
I think he's awesome. That's really
Yeah,
weird.
same.
He puts a lot of work into it too. I went through his notes on his phone. Like, he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But what,
Anyway,
what,
it's
what
just-
are they hearing that we're not? Or
I don't know, because I quite enjoy his commentary, and I think his insight's fantastic as well. But I just thought it was pretty odd that it kind of just felt like unnecessary tweets.
Yeah.
Like, I know that, remember you used to start a hashtag turn off Marto or something, mute Marto or something.
Yeah, Marto's Mike. That was back in 2010, I think, 2011.
But yeah, I just thought it's,
Yeah.
especially the double up, I thought that was strange. Anyway,
Well, you guys should find out.
Yeah.
You still
yeah,
talk to
you're,
Quade,
you're
don't you?
good at that.
yeah, I'll do a bit of
Find out.
investigating.
That's my learning. Your turn, Whitey. What did you learn on the weekend?
Learn on the weekend. Yeah, I sat up in the coach's box and got to see for the first time from the other side. I know you guys are going to ask me about that, so I thought I'd just beat you to the punch. Yeah, got to see what it was like on the other side, and see what.
Well,
see
what
the
was it
messages
like,
come
Whitey?
down. Yeah, look, I think just seeing the messages come down and what messages get through, I guess the Marshy who runs the water and the physio and the doc, and how they see the game is not too different to how you see the game when you're on the field. So it's good that the messages are pretty aligned.
Do you reckon there's ever been a time where maybe Marshy or someone that's passing the message on has maybe diluted it a little bit, or?
Oh, I definitely saw that a couple of times where the message, and then you're like, then quickly it's like, oh, maybe don't pass it on quite like that. And I reckon there's definitely some words that don't get passed on. It's in the heat of the moment, right?
Yeah.
Seeing it live. But there's also a lot of messages that don't get out there just in time. Like it's hard for them to get it on immediately. So, unlike rugby league where they can be standing behind the ball player, for a fair few sets of footy, they can only come on at certain times of the field. But it was interesting to see it. But like I said, it's kind of a lot of the stuff they see is a lot of stuff I reckon we see on the field. So that was interesting.
Did you at any point go, Joe, I don't think you're seeing that right, mate?
Mate, for the first time in my life, I was very quiet.
Really? So they didn't come to you for any kind of tips or?
No, mate, I was in there just to observe. I asked Joe if I could just see him in action. Be the last chance I'd.
In coaching, you mean?
Yeah, I'm looking into coaching, so I want to see one of the best in the business, how he operates.
Yeah.
Certainly under the pressures of Test footy, like seeing it in live and in the moment. So yeah, it was good to see. He's very it's quite quiet in the box. Doesn't like too many distractions.
He stands up a lot. Is he standing a
he's
lot?
on his feet a lot. That's just not just in the box, mate. He's a fit guy. He runs everywhere. Lives on his feet. So, but no, it was quite interesting to see. It was pretty calm in there, very quiet, not too many distractions, and the messages, like I said, were pretty aligned. They're pretty clear.
He's pretty good, isn't he,
You
Whitey?
were.
Oh, you go,
Swoop,
Goit.
man, I was similar when I was injured. When Swoop injured me that whole year when he was coaching, and I was in the box with him, Swoop's very quiet too. You don't really get your mood's pretty stable, whereas Hoylesy, he's an absolute train wreck. Just
Absolutely.
just shoots off any message just
For a guy who,
he'll just explode.
yeah,
Then he'll calm down. But we're in the box going like, mate, you're so anxious.
I was kind of hoping Joe might be a little bit Craig Bellamy or Czech-esque and have blow-ups in there, and maybe there was a different side of him. But nah, he's real calm and measured.
it is it's a tough room to be in, because as a coach, there's so much output in terms of the week, and you kind of give the players everything you can in terms of getting everything right to get to the start line and perform well. And once you're up there, you're useless. It's weird.
Not bad from Whitey, though. A week after he retires, he's already angling for a job.
Is he retired though?
He's
He's
angling for a
back
job
and
in the
forth
coaches.
and-
Geez, I started a lot lower than that. Gee whiz. You blokes are after anyone. We were talking about it yesterday, Drew. You go that high and everyone's after you. So
That's it.
So are we congratulating you on your career or your comeback this week? Which one is it, Whitey?
We'll wait till Wednesday before we can. No, I'm kidding.
What actually happened there, Whitey? So because you were over there with Tom, right? Just to watch Slips play. You had retired, and then obviously Tate got injured. Then you were called back in, but they already had the two halfbacks. Like, were you ever a chance realistically of playing, or?
No, I don't. I was never. They were going to go with Jake and Ryan regardless, but just in case something happened to him throughout the week. Ryan kind of pulled up with a bit of a tight groin. And Jake's just come back from injury. So if anything happened to Jake during training, but no, like when it came to Tuesday morning, I know my name wasn't getting read out. I was just there in case one of the boys, did something, and I took a few reps off them throughout the week just to make sure they were fresh come Saturday. But I was also making sure they were staying well away from contact throughout the week and making sure they were nursed through. And I was like, boys, I'm retired.
The start line.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into how the boys went on the weekend.
Well, should we firstly congratulate Whitey on his career?
I don't know what's happening.
I think he's done. I think he's done.
I don't reckon
You're done,
he is.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations on an amazing career.
I'm paying $1.20 to play again.
No chance.
No,
Thanks.
well, I saw Whitey yesterday at the Western Force WARATAHS final, and we spoke about it briefly, but an amazing career, mate, and you should be very proud. And obviously it's pretty fresh at the moment, and especially having been brought back in, whatever, you probably haven't had really sort of too much time to sit in it and reflect. But mate, when you do get that opportunity, make sure you take it, and you're really immensely proud of what you've achieved and the sacrifices your family have all made. And because mate, you've been a tremendous player, but also a great teammate. So well done, Bo.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Drew. Thanks, guys. I think we've spoken about it before, but all three of you had a huge impact on my career, and I thank you for that. And it's not lost on me. I feel very lucky that I was able to kind of finish on my own terms. Not many guys get that opportunity. So, in the next little bit of time, I'll reflect on it. But it's. I also know there's going to be waves throughout this retirement. I'm in the honeymoon of it right now, and I'm very lucky that I've got a lot of people, a lot of support, and guys like you that'll just be there on the phone and a text message away whenever I need you. So I appreciate it. Sure. Thanks.
Any tips for Whitey in retirement? You guys have three. You're only
I spoke about him yesterday. I think you've got to just have self-awareness. There's always going to be times, and transition's there's no end point to your transition. There's, I'm 8 years in ahead of sort of these guys in terms of the length of time I've been retired, but different things present themselves at different times. Like at first, for me, it was the adrenaline spike that I was missing each week and the repetition of skill. So you've just got to have that self-awareness to identify that's a void that you're trying to fill and make sure you fill it in positive ways than other unsavoury ways. Because like Whitey also mentioned, it is a wave, you got to ride it, but life happens and sometimes those waves crash on you pretty hard, and you've just got to be there to have the support network around you and the skill set to get out of those tough times and then get back up on the wave and ride again. Just get back up.
I'd love to ask a question, actually. Yeah. Not necessarily a tip. Like looking back on your career, Whitey, I mean, what was probably the greatest highlight? I mean, you did time with the Brums, you had the Force, you kind of moved around Australia a bit, you had time in Montpellier, Exeter, you came back to play for the Wallabies. I mean, what stands out for you? Kind of.
As you know, it's very hard to put it down to one. There's probably two periods of time that I really enjoyed and had no idea how good it was at the time. Probably early in my Brumbies days, just being young and naive, kind of second year into it in 2013, had no idea kind of, how good we were. Went to a final, went pretty close and thought this is just what happens. Had no idea how good that year was and the squad was. And then my time at Exeter was, I went over to France, saw Gits from afar and thought it's easy. You just go over to France and play good footy and everyone will talk about it and want you. And it's just not a reality. You go over there and it's quite hard. And, I found that pretty tough and then went to Exeter and things clicked. I joined a really good side, really good team, played some of my best footy and fell in love with the game again. And, I was lucky for that because that kind of opened up a door to come home.
I just want to apologise really quickly for your time in France because maybe it had something to do with the fact that you, myself, and Jesse Mogg met halfway in Aix-en-Provence and had a couple of big nights. I remember vividly.
Oh, mate, that was an absolute highlight.
Yeah, but highlight for off the field, but maybe not for our on-field performance. But we were just sitting there in an afternoon having beers. They were in Montpellier. I was in Toulon. They're like, "What are you up to?" And we're like, "Oh, not much. Should we meet in Aix-en-Provence and just find accommodation and just have a big one?"
You drive anywhere in France. I mean, you drove to the Val d'Isère and Val Thorens.
Yeah, but that was a nice little memory for me until I couldn't remember it.
Goit.
Likewise.
Well, what I was going to go with, you kind of touched on it, I think, maybe with that your time in France, but what was the hardest period? Like throughout, you go through your peaks and your troughs, but what was the hardest part that, when you came out of it, you were so much better and you're more appreciative for the game, or I don't know, you found the love of the game again or whatever?
Yeah, definitely that period in France. Obviously, 2015, I missed out on the World Cup, was playing some good footy and kind of went over to France, quite naive and just playing a different style of footy in France probably didn't suit me. I obviously don't speak fluent French for one, hard to communicate, which I obviously love doing, love to talk. And look, I found that period really difficult and kind of felt like I was, in some ways kind of pissing my career away. And I was 25, looking around the room, a lot of guys, ex-internationals, kind of more on the 30 to 32, 34, wrapping up their careers. And I felt like, what have I done? I've come over potentially too early here, and got caught in a bit of a spiral there. And I was lucky to get away and get to Exeter. And I look back on that period now in France. Me and my wife, and my off-field part of my life was unbelievable there. On-field that wasn't matching up. So the people I met over in France, the time we had pre-kids with my wife, I wouldn't change it. I just probably wasn't as appreciative as I should have been in the moment for how much good times I was having. Like I said, I panicked a little bit with my on-field stuff.
Now, Whitey, I don't need to tell you because you already know, we've started a little Patreon here where people can log on and they get a little bit of bonus KOKO content. The one we're doing today, I'm asking these three boys, they've played everywhere with everyone, who their three all-time favourite teammates are and were. So you've just finished up, you've played with everybody from all around the world. Can you think of three that stand out right now?
I can think of three. I was going to say two. First one, Christian Lelefano, unbelievable on the field. But he's off field, he was like real connection, like he connected everybody, and his off field antics were one of the greatest. He caught the bus back at his place, or get you back on the bus, and we'd drink till kind of 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and he'd lead the charge every single time, and he'd be the first on Monday morning to jump on the watt bike and absolutely spin out the hardest 60 to sweat it all out. So Christian. Francois Stain, another bloke that was unbelievable at Montpellier. I kind of went in not really knowing what to expect with Big Francois, but he was an absolute competitor on the field. Like he was just absolutely everywhere, a real competitor. And then off the field, he'd walk into the gym with a can of Coke. He'd kind of sit it on his little pot belly, and he'd lift kind of 30, 40 kilos on the bench press and take the piss out of everyone. He was just a big kid, and I absolutely loved my time with him. And then Jack Noel at Exeter. He was a bit of a freak. Again, a little bit like Bruzzy. Worked incredibly hard, connected everyone, but he enjoyed a drink as well, and he led the charge off the field. So those three.
Yeah, so you hear that, even with every South African, none of them lift.
Yeah,
but they're all so ridiculously strong. None of them. All the Toulon boys we had, except for Habsy, but Habsy, he'd only do the bench press, little half reps, but everyone else, they're just phenomenally
must
strong.
Must be like farm strength or something, eh?
Yeah.
Farm strength. I don't know.
I have no idea. We had a couple of guys lift, but Francois would come in and take the piss out of them, and every time they get injured, because that was the other thing. Francois never got injured, and he'd come in, and we had 20 South Africans there at Montpellier. And he'd just take the mickey out of all of them, walk in and be like, "Oh, that's the steroids, my boy." That's it, getting you again. But I can tell you what, when he wasn't on that, he was just straight up farmer strength. Him and Bismarck and Yanni were one of a kind.
Now, Whitey, you've ridden the wave of Australian rugby in the last 10 years. You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows. You're leaving it at a time when I think we're on the crest of a wave. We're about to catch, I'm going to say, an 8-footer. And then drop into a barrel, into the Green Cathedral.
Mate,
straight down. Maybe there'll be a hang 10. Oh, you never know. Do you think you've left rugby in a good spot? Is Australian rugby super strong right now?
I certainly feel like I'm leaving in a better spot than I almost left in 23, and I didn't feel so good about that. I've ridden some highs and some lows. I feel like it's in a really good spot at the moment. I'd say the best part was, my last game in Sydney at Allianz there. I was the most vocal I've ever heard an Australian crowd. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the national anthem. They just halfway through just held the mic to the crowd. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, there's just such great support around the Wallabies at the moment. And I feel like we are building, but I think people can see it. We're building. Like, the results aren't quite there to at the moment, but the way in which I feel those losses are only just one moment away from being a win, and guys stick in there. Like anyone we play at the moment, the boys are going to be within a chance. So it's just a matter of time. We just got to stick with these guys, and I've got a really good feeling about it. Obviously, I've been within the group, so maybe my eyes are a bit tainted, but there's a great feeling of belief in there, and I feel like good things are just around the corner, and the support's just building. So I feel like a good period's coming.
If you could pinpoint it in terms of the comparison between your experience in 2023 to now, what do you think is the major difference or the biggest, I guess, growth of the Australian squad? You're only allowed one. You can't say belief.
No, I think just the identity on how we want to play the game. I think there's a fair bit of ambiguity around like how we wanted to play in 23. It was very unclear. It was a lot of it was off the cuff. Joe's very detailed. He understands how he wants to play the game, and the boys are starting to get a really good understanding of that. And once you get that understanding, then you're able to have an influence on the game. And I think there's a handful of guys that are a little bit young now that are still just understanding how the shape works both in defence and attack. And once they understand it, then they can start being the difference, because shape and systems won't win you the game alone. It's understanding those and then being the difference within those systems and within that structure. So we've got a couple of guys that are unbelievable athletes, and they can be the difference. It's just they've got to understand the system. We've all got to be on the same page, and I think we had some great athletes in 23, but I can speak for everyone that was there. We certainly weren't on the same page.
Well, you didn't even know who was on the page at certain times.
Well, we weren't in the same book. But.
Was there a reason for that? Was there someone behind that? Was somebody running a bit of a crazy race?
We don't need to go there again.
I just can't remember.
Just throw 2 letters of the alphabet at us.
So you're talking about the next step. So obviously we're super competitive. This TRC was one of the closest ones that we've seen in a long time. So that next step for us to go from being competitive to winning it more than losing these closer games, you think it's just those moments? We're just missing, 1 or 2 moments?
Yeah, I think exactly that. We've spoken about it, just worrying about that. We spoke about it on the weekend and didn't quite get it right, but it's just that moment right in front of your nose. You don't know, as you guys, you've played test footy, you don't know which moment's going to be the big moment. So you got to treat them all. And, it's like that cricket analogy, treat every ball on its merit. And, like a little kind of shanky left footer that dribbles in behind the line, you don't know that that's going to be the one that kind of makes the difference. And then, kind of Potts lets it bobble and it gets Geordie headbutts it through. And that becomes the moment that kind of separates us, right? Like a clean out that's so innocuous, but, Tommy Hooper just gets it slightly wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
You know what I mean? That just then snowballs. We go back, we lose him to 10 minutes in the bin. We lose Big Willie in that same minute, that same phase of play. We lose Big Will, who's huge for us. And then, in those couple of moments, so they're the only difference really. So the boys are real close. Like we're closer than we've been before. I think the biggest thing is we don't believe we need a miracle to win these games. We just have to win these little moments. And, Joe talks about a lot, the fundamentals like that. That's a clean out and just cleaning up a little grubber. So they're not anything big. There's plenty of opportunities out there.
I'll just ask, sorry, just one more and then you boys go for it. Just on the weekend, I felt like the Bledisloe was gone, and early on we're playing some really good rugby. And then around, after that disallowed try, it seemed like we couldn't get back into our rhythm again, but we had a lot of opportunities early. I kind of felt we had momentum and should have gone for line out, but we took 3 points on 3 consecutive times. One of them, obviously we had someone in the bin, so I understand that you're trying to kill time. But what was the messaging like? Was that supported by the coaching staff, or like what would you have done? What do you think?
Oh, it's hard for me to say that to
No, it's hard. It's very hard.
Harry,
It's great.
the Boks is very supportive of whatever Harry thinks. So he'll look over to the sideline and can get, Joel send it down through ET on whether or not he holds the tee up or not. But that'll come, Harry gets the decision first. So first and foremost, he'll go with what the gut feel is out on the field. Obviously starting fast and staying close to them was going to be really big for us. So I can understand why.
Hello.
No, you're in.
Who we got here?
We're making potion.
Okay, you're making potion, searching for lizards. Hey, buddy, can I talk to the boys and then I'll come out and search for lizards too? Right, see you, mate. Sorry, lads.
No, you're right.
Yeah, good.
I want to come searching for lizards.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, there certainly was one that that we kind of thought we probably should have gone to the corner because you don't get many opportunities with inside the 22. But at the same time, and like you said, there was one where we were a man down and Tame was hitting them well. Yeah. So and then to make it 7-6, to stay within them, to get ahead then 9-7. But again, we want some opportunities in the 22. So, look, if the boys out there, they'll get a gut feel of what it's like. If they've just lost Big Willie, and the line out with coming in might have been a little bit nervy. I'm not sure.
I just saw the way that the boys were attacking early in that game. We haven't seen it click as well as that for a very long time. Like down that left edge and the passing, like inside and then back outside, and then like the interchange of players and the quick ruck speed, and then going wide from left to right side of the field using the width, and it just looked like early on like the boys are on. And I think to your point is around in those conditions as well, exactly. But I think to your point, Whitey, just that little innocuous sort of clean out, a little bit of missed detail, a bit late note the arrival, then you kind of then having the croc roll into the side as opposed to beating him there and getting through it. That just swung the momentum, and to your point as well, Giddy, they just after that it kind of just looked like it took a bit of the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't quite click after that, and then you call it luck of the bounce, or things sort of always seem to kind of go their way, but that little kick in behind, Harry Potter spills it again in tough conditions, but of course, and then it doesn't even touch his hands; it's straight off his head. There's really small moments there, but I just really liked the way that the boys were attacking at the start of that game, and then for whatever reasons or whatever it was, it just looked like we weren't able to kind of get back into that sort of same sort of zone, that sort of flow, I suppose, in terms of our execution.
I got to say, from a fan's perspective, it's so good to watch.
Yeah.
I know my knowledge isn't as good for the game, but I am.
What do you mean? You're the doctor.
Yes, I am the doctor of rugby. I know that. But we'll put it this way, my whoop, I sent a note out. My level of stress watching the Wallabies on Saturday night is 3.1, which is unsafe. But it's because I was so into it. Do you know what I mean? And my wife, she was sick of me. She moved into the other room. Yeah. But do you know what I mean? I think it's because it is so end to end, and they're throwing the ball around, and there's passes are sticking, and it's, if nothing else, it is absolutely brilliant to watch.
I've realised I am a hopeless watcher of the game.
I'm so bad as well.
I'm bouncing off walls. It's anxiety spikes. I'm talking like I'm playing. It's horrible. I don't like it.
How do you go, Gits, and well, I guess Whitey now as well from up in the coach's box? How do you go watching? Are you shouting at the players? Are you?
Well, I mean, I think Whitey, obviously he's more emotionally invested. He's in that current group. But for me, no, not really. I like to be quiet. It's same with the kids' sport. I sit away from all the other parents, everyone that barks and says that they know what's best. I like to just sit and watch, and then just, if I see an opportunity, I don't know, you just try and read the game. You're just trying to see where opportunities potentially could be. But no, I'm a bit of a quiet watcher, unless I've got a bit of cash on.
You mean in the kids' sport?
Yeah.
Gamble responsibly. Hey, Whitey, we've got to let you go real soon. But before we do, there is a bit of chat around you getting some surgery coming up. And
the cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, so currently your height is, you're 5. How tall are you now, Whitey? 5'2".
5'3".
Now, is it true that when you get this corrective, when they break your leg and straighten it, that you are, is it 6'5" or 6'6"? How tall are you going to be?
Yeah, 6'7".
That's when are you going to the knife, mate? Is it soon?
21st of October, I'm getting osteotomies done to both my knees. So spend 3 or 4 days in the hospital. It is a realignment of both knees because the left one's the one that's does have a meniscus issue that Tom Wright was right. Mm-hmm. And so I've got to get that one realigned. And then, because that one gets realigned, my hip alignment will be out, so I've got to get the other one aligned. So hopefully it'll push a knee replacement a little bit further, down the track. And then once I'm up and running from that, post-Christmas, I'll get a total shoulder replacement.
Oh, wow. So what, if you're having both legs broken, you're going to be in a wheelchair, aren't you, with your legs?
No, he's going to have those Forrest Gump stilts.
How are you getting around?
Yeah.
No, I did ask that question. I said, I'm going to be in a wheelchair, but no, I'm straight onto crutches. And similar to, I think, a knee replacement, like they want you to get moving so the scar tissue doesn't kind of form. So look, outside of kind of pain and swelling, you don't be moving around heaps, but I will be able to weight bear with crutches after about 3 or 4 days, but I'll spend those 3 or 4 in hospital.
And Whitey, what about what's next after your recovery from the knee surgeries? You obviously got a well-deserved rest coming up. What have you and the family got planned to, just for the next few months going into Chrissy?
Mate, I'm just straight up dad mode. So for the next 2 weeks before his surgery, you saw me yesterday at footy.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to watch too much of the footy, chasing the 3 munchkins around.
Pretty sure you just got Matt Hodgson's eldest to look after your kids.
I did. Thank you, Hunter. Don't tell Mel that. No, I'll go chase some lizards now, but no, it's starting to warm up over here. So no, it's obviously, like you said before, my family have had to sacrifice a lot for what I've done and being able to do for the last kind of 15, 16 years. So put them first, and I look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's your time, mate. Congratulations, you survived.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Thank you for coming on the KOKO Show. I didn't read the intro. Do you want me to send it to you, Nick, or Tommy?
Is there anything spicy? I wouldn't mind having
it was pretty spicy. Do you mind?
Yes, let's go.
We'll do it.
What about this? We'll make it the outro.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking on the fly. Thank you, mate. 1 second. Tommy wrote this. You are a Wallaby, which means it will be scathing. If you're an All Black, he'd be s***ing you off right now. Well, we might put a beep over that. This week on the KOKO Show, we have a guest that might be little in stature, but boy, does he have fucking big sense of self-importance.
Punchy stuff.
Yes. Spice levels.
So much so that he retired in style after the 3rd test against the Lions, and then 12 hours later he unretired and decided to finally play some half-decent footy in the RC.
Oh, Tommy is swinging.
Only to retire once again to make sure he bowed out of international rugby a loser.
Oh, what? Mate, no, you're making this up.
He's doing what he wrote.
This is the most
It's so
scathing we've
true,
ever
though.
I'm glad we read this at the end because Whitey would have hung up.
I would have ended the call.
Mate, he doesn't deserve this. Look at Tom.
I think it's going to get worse.
Tom, this is one of our greatest ever Wallabies.
Yeah.
Can you come and sit here so he can see you, please? Tom, come and sit here because I'm tired of you being a faceless asshole.
I don't think I want to sit next to him after that. You just
Go and sit there.
sit by yourself.
You're going to write a reply as well, Whitey.
He's wearing WARATAHS shorts. He can.
He's wearing Waratahs shorts.
There's a lot about him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That is right. We are joined by the little bow-legged bad boy from Scone.
Hold on, lads. Not in front of a 3-year-old. Hold on. They're about to take the piss out of Dad.
Here we go. Let's say something nice about him.
I can
What's
change.
that? Tommy's dirty. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Where'd I get to? He might only be 5'2" now, but he assures us that after his surgery to perfect his piddly pins, he will be 6'5" and 10 inches somewhere else. Glad that 3-year-old left. But in all seriousness, this guy has been a tireless servant of Australian rugby for many years, and it is fair to say this bloke is going out on top. So please put your hands together and stand up straight if you don't have legs like this bloke. Tommy.
I thought you were going to finish with some
Tommy is sweating up. He's sweating
positivity
up.
there. That was your
Please
most
tell me,
scathing
Tommy, you
one.
knock-kneed.
Tommy.
He doesn't have any knees. So you getting him? We're getting him,
Tom,
mate.
get out of my. Get
Tommy,
off
get
my
out.
seat.
Tommy's 5'1", 140 kilos. He used to be hooker for who, Tommy? One of the joints up in the cross. So we'll Whitey, thank you so much. And sorry for the big what would you say? Just the knife. That's how you wanted to end your career, with Tommy insulting you. So I apologise for that. But yes, thank you once again for joining us on the KOKO.
I appreciate you guys.
Enjoy
Thank you.
retirement and give us a shout if ever you need it.
I will.
Now,
Nice, Whitey.
boys.
Thanks, brother.
there you go, Nic White. I mean, you played with him.
Yeah.
That was a great
What
chat.
a bloody champion.
he's-
Very good
yeah.
chat. Lovely fella.
You reckon he said he's going to go into coaching? Got a little bit of a
Yeah, I
taste
think
on
he's staying over there. I think he's doing something with the Western Force in the next few years, and I think that his exact role will be determined over the course of the off season and whatever. But yeah, he'll be staying over.
I think he's got a lot to offer.
Now, as we mentioned, All Blacks 28 defeated the Wallabies 14. We touched on it plenty with Nic White. Anything else you want to cover here, guys? Slips. 151 matches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tip the
international
hat.
retirement. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. Just the respect that was shown from the All Blacks to him as well. Like there was even like Slippy. You just don't often see the All Blacks and the Wallabies collab on a post, like on an Insta.
Oh, and they did?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was one just about Slip saying congratulations. All Blacks posted a collab with the Wallabies. Like it takes a special player and a special human to get the biggest rivals to actually collab on something like that. I don't know. I just thought that was it's very trivial in the grand scheme of things, but it's also quite significant, if that makes sense as well. Like
Yeah.
a bit of an oxymoron there, but yeah, I know. I just think the tunnel they gave him, you could see when he was shaking hands, just the sincerity. With the All Blacks players sort of wishing him well and congratulating him on his career, and then obviously with amongst his teammates and all that sort of stuff. So Slippy's done a great job, and should be proud.
Stivo, third most. It's unbelievable. And think about how his back's going to look like in retirement.
Yeah,
Like that many games with that amount of pressure packing down.
yeah.
What will Slips
He's
do
a warrior.
now? What will
Well,
he
he's still
go
playing
into?
Super Rugby next year, so it's just international footy, but he's still going to
still
play Super
going?
Rugby next year. Yeah.
And what, he'll be 37?
I'm not sure exactly.
He looks
but,
47.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goodness
what's
me.
his super numbers? Must be pretty high. He
Yeah, I
must be
think he's
getting
about
right there to being one of the highest super players, wouldn't he?
187 or something up around there.
Just amazing. That game, we were just chatting. Just feel like
Yeah.
a few things didn't fall our way, didn't get the rub of the green. Obviously losing Skelton. You were talking about the bounce of the ball, the Falcon off.
Yeah, I mean, look, that bounce of the ball
Barrett's
is, like Harry Potter should have cleaned that up, but at the same time, conditions, it's forgivable, I suppose, but at the same time, when the ball bounces up and hits a guy right in the head between his hands, like could have very easily brushed his fingers, and then all of a sudden that try's not there, and then the momentum shift is different. But I thought also, what about that impact from Joseph when he closed in on Lester Fainganuku? And Lester wore it really well. Both players, I thought, they both got straight back on their feet and kept going. But just like there was a lot of intent out there between both teams, and they're going at each other. Whilst there wasn't necessarily a great deal to play for in terms of the Bledisloe being up for grabs, but Lester coming in for Caleb Clark, you don't lose anything there, and Quinn Tupaira, I thought, is played probably his best game in a black jersey, and look, they deserved it. There's no doubt about that. But small moments like Whitey spoke about sort of went against us through our own doing. But that's what kind of costs you in test matches at the end of the day.
The makeup of the All Blacks team was quite different to what we've seen, earlier on in the year. It's interesting that they're giving guys opportunities and they're shifting a bit, but it's not phasing the way they perform. I guess it's dangerous for any other team facing the All Blacks because Tupaia obviously gets an opportunity over Billy Proctor, who's had a great season. And
Mackenzie comes in for Barrett.
Yeah.
That guy's at number 8.
And they're doing really well. So they're setting something up pretty
Well, to fight
To
back,
our boys, though, like more on our team, and I hit Whitey up. In hindsight, everyone's a genius with hindsight. But I just felt with the momentum and the way we're playing, it looked like we're playing with so much confidence. Taking those 3 points, I don't know. I just think that we should have just kept the foot on the throat because you're never going to beat an All Blacks team in any era. 3, 6, 9, 12. You need to score tries. You have to score tries to beat them, and find some way where they're chasing the game. Whereas if you just keep it tight, they're probably one of the better teams at closing a game out.
Gits, if your quarterback or captain, doesn't matter, like you're running the menu and you get that message from the coach's box through the trainer, and you still think, what's your decision process? Is it boundary oriented or is it like, fuck that, we're going for it?
Well, I mean, Joe's about to leave, so you could probably just brush what he's going to say. But it all depends. You get the feel in the game. And as players, and the captain would probably have the same feel as you.
But your
And
feel's different to everyone else's feel.
Well, then you probably shouldn't listen to me then, because you need everyone on the same page. Well, it's just... Yeah, you talk as a game controller. You'll talk with your captain or your line-out leader throughout the game. You're like, mate, how you going? Can we get a 5-man? Can we get a 7-man? He's like, no, the 7 might be too tricky. Let's go to a 5. And then that just changes how you're going to attack. He said, okay, so our 5-man menu, we've got this. There's also certain plays that you practice throughout the week that, we talk about. Get your dick hard, things that you're excited about. So I'm sure we would have had a couple of nice plays off the line-out that we could have gone to early.
Yeah, and also we were sort of speaking before we went on air, it seemed to be different in terms of the mindset to what they'd been doing. Like they have been backing themselves and going for tries and going for touch and backing their driving ball and that type of thing, to then go to the game where the actual Bledisloe Trophy is not up for grabs anymore, and then we kind of play a bit more of a conservative approach when we've got momentum. So I don't know, it was perhaps at least on the outside it looked like a bit of a shift. Maybe there's reasons behind it. Maybe it's just because Harry just felt, no, we just got to build a score first, or maybe there was just that importance of starting well and they just wanted to get points on the board early.
The back end, even in the second half, we went to a maul. Like I thought our maul's, it's one of the strongest assets that we've got, in this team, especially with Billy Pollard at the back. But in the second half, we actually went to touch when we were chasing the game. And that's when Lenny scored that try. We got back in it off the back of a maul. So I don't know. I just would have liked to have seen that intent earlier. But again, hindsight as well. If they've got a game plan where Joe just wants to stay within arm's reach of them, then that's it.
I don't know what you guys think, but their growth around the interplay, like just those little offloads, the support play. Obviously, Joe and the coaching staff are preloading those moments really well for those blokes to fire accurate shots and make good decisions. They're kind of playing really well with that little interchange down the edges, just through contact, little ball play. Like it seems like there's a real there's a rhythm now, and they can play tight. But there's really good signs. Despite the loss, I think there's some positive signs.
Menu, boys, for the people that don't know when you're saying
just
menu.
like your playlist, like all the options you've got. Yes. You've just got options of plays, so you might have you might want to play to Whit or to centre field, or you might have back rows in the back. There's just different plays that you have.
Your menu, you have like a call sheet that the game controllers get given, and it would be, okay, off the right-hand scrum, this is what we're doing. Left-hand scrum, we go here. 5-man, these are our options that we can run to go wide or tight. That's what I meant by menu.
He swoops, saying in my ear here, play 1, hit swoop. Play 2, hit swoop. Play 3.
Yeah, that's if you want to get off to a slow start.
That's good. I'm glad you explained that, because I was thinking you're out there with some menus, just saying, boys, what are we getting after the game? Who likes Thai?
Yeah, you do.
I do love Thai. The other match that took place in the RC on the weekend, Springboks 29 defeated Argentina 27 there at Twickenham. A real nail biter, the difference being the upright. For a man that does not miss, Carreras, he... hit the right hand.
Yeah, look, South Africa did what they needed to do. They just had to win, basically. Their points differential was never going to come into it, so they just had to win. They got that done. I thought, look, there's been a fair bit of chat about it, and even when I was watching live, Kenneth Moody gets a yellow card early, and then not too long after, there was a moment in the game where he reached out, tried to go for the intercept. If we're probably being consistent, that's a yellow card, which would have been a second yellow red card in the first half. Our good mate PRD, who was the referee from last week's Bledisloe game, he was in the middle. Within the refereeing team, they said there was a penalty only. I saw something, I think Nigel Owen sort of said, and basically you've got to determine whether there was a line break opportunity or a break on the outside. That's what you've got to take into consideration. And he didn't sort of say one way or the other in his tweet. He just sort of said, now you guys can debate. The Twitter world can debate. But I think if we're being consistent with what we've seen across the game, that's definitely a yellow. Was it adjudicated differently because he'd already got an earlier yellow? I don't know. But I think that's probably definitely a yellow and may have had a significant impact on the course of that match, which then would have had an impact on the outcome of the rugby championship.
I want him on the show. I want Piatti on here. I want us to fire some questions at him. So what are you doing, mate?
Well, that's what Drew was talking about last week, though. There's too much grey. Like this one for me, I didn't think was grey. I thought if you go for the intercept and you don't get it, you slap it down, it's a yellow automatically.
Yeah.
Like even those phases, like advantage. I think we need to go to 3 phases. You want to play with the ball for 3 phases. After 3 phases, advantage is gone. So if you've not got advantage after 2 phases, just knock it on. Because otherwise, they can bring it back. Sometimes they bring it back 20 metres to award the penalty. Other times they just let it go. It's too much grey. We've got to, I think, have rules that are just set.
I'm with you.
I agree. Yeah, eliminate the grey. I agree, Gitz.
World champions, they win another title. That's 2 in a row. Some outstanding. I mean, Malcolm Marks was next level. Reinach as well. They just, and then the bomb squad. Oh, jeez. Your man Quagga.
Yeah.
Goit, when he came on, and RG Snyman.
How good is he?
Mate, they're brilliant to watch. And their fullback and 10 combination now. Sasha Feinberg. Thank you. And Willemso. Goodness me.
Yeah.
They've got
They can play, eh?
Oh, turn of speed. Goodness me. 2 years out from the World Cup, and Razzie seems to be trying a few things. Should the rest
On
of the
Razzie, did you see him after? Both trophies absolutely blind in the team room. I was just singing, it was unreal.
Word from the grapevine, the boys, the South African boys, like they kind of get on the booze a lot with each other, like, you know, in controlled settings. But I think that you can kind of tell, like, they've just, I mean, Russie's obviously kind of united the group and they're playing for something a lot bigger than, you know, themselves. But the fact that they can kind of, they've got a little bit of freedom to kind of enjoy the wins and celebrate.
They also look like they're really relaxed. I saw there was a bit of footage of in the dressing room before they were going out. You know, the boys who were starting were all getting their jerseys on and all that sort of stuff. And there were players in there singing, like, you know, like a big sort of sing-along while, you know, I just don't know if I've really been involved in a team where that happens. Like,
mate,
so
you
close
said
to the start of the game.
a couple of times today.
Yeah.
You do know.
Yeah, look, maybe it's just because I was up at 3:40 this morning, Uber books, flew from Perth to
you
here.
got home at 3:40.
No,
I reckon the Sappers just in general are pretty cruisy before a game.
Yeah.
We had Bucky's bidding for cattle before we're about to run out. We're in a huddle waiting for him and he had to bid on some black cow.
Antelope. It was a black antelope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just cruisy. And then when they get on the field, they're just maniacs.
Yeah, and they bash the shit out of him. Then after, they're like, would you like to come over for a bride tomorrow and meet the family? I'm like, what? What's going on? I'm telling you.
There's something going on down there. I don't know what it is.
They can play footy. I mean,
across there.
That being said about like the Cameroon stuff, like they did really well to win the most competitive TRC
of all time.
In its current format, like with those 4 teams involved, definitely the most competitive.
The last weekend, all 4 teams could have won.
Yeah,
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And even, you know, the poor Pumas, they would have been watching, hoping the Aussies won, and then they still had a shot at it. Yeah. They were amazing. Chocobaris, Crema.
Chocky bars.
Mate, Chocky bars. They're so good to watch.
The 13. He looks like he's eating a few chocky bars, but he's a beast. Forgive me, I don't know his name. I think he's quite new onto the scene, but he's just a little barrel and just gets over the
little bullfrog.
Yeah, he just gets over the advantage line. He just bounces off people. And
Picardo.
Justo Picardo. I was really impressed with him in that game. He's good. He's good.
And Carreras just rocking around with a 92%.
Just a lazy 92.
Yeah, 92% accuracy rate from everywhere.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He was kicking from all sorts.
It's not really fair. Anyway, congratulations, yes, to the Springboks. That is the end of the RC, and dare I say, the best RC we've ever seen. Dare I say.
How good.
Oh, rugby's just absolutely bloody flying. Waratahs 33 defeated the Force 26. Congratulations to the mighty Waratahs.
The Tars.
Yeah, they got it done right late in the game. I was over there for that one as well. Force got out to a good start. Kirtley scored a try from Henry Robertson off the base of the scrum, goes through, puts Kirtley away. Out in space, looking good. But yeah, the Waratahs composed, got it done literally right in the last minute. So heartbreak for the Force, but they all partied together last night. I was there just to supervise. I was just there, just supervising. I was just supervising, but they all got along well. The Tars shot from the pub to the Red Eye. Had the team bus outside.
Did you speak to everyone?
No, not to everyone. Yes, no. We're there with like Luke Jones and Mark Chisholm and Luke Braid turned up as well. Yeah, Brady turned up. So we had our own little crew, but obviously there's some mingling. And I ran into the triple threat
No.
I've got a video from the Triple Threat.
Oh, can you put it up?
Yeah.
Can you?
Oh, mate, give us a yarn.
How is he?
Oi, fellas, you'd never guess who I bumped into. It's a triple threat! Oh! It's a triple threat! Oi, Tiz! Oi, his autism's fucking kicking in. Oi, do you want to come on the show or what?
Oh yeah, I'm back, surely.
He reckons he is the show. He knows the show, and he is the show.
Yeah,
I am.
So I only had a couple of sherbets.
Yeah, good to see you supervising.
But he came up and he's like, mate, get me back on the show. I want to get on the show.
Yeah, we get Carlo on.
He likes the show.
I'd love Carlo in studio, and then maybe we finish with some jiu-jitsu demonstrations.
He actually proposed, he said, what I'd really like is if you guys can organise an end of season where you get all the guests together and with us, and we have like a bit of a end of year celebration for those that can make it, all the live guests that we can have.
Oh, mate,
He would really like to be here for it.
How many careers
That's
would
a
you
great
end
idea.
Yeah.
in that night? Yeah, let's try it. Fantastic. Let's hope that who have we had? That Victor Matfield,
Joe Van Niekerk.
Joe Van Niekerk.
Yeah,
hopefully
he'll
come
come.
across.
Yeah.
Castro,
Castro,
Cheslin Colby. Let's see.
So sign up to that Patreon so we can get a few of the boys over.
Yeah, absolutely. A few names to watch out of that game: Max Bury, star on the rise; Henry Robertson, and obviously James Hendren, who's the TARS fullback.
Yeah, he's good.
So,
Great mentions, Prof. Well done.
thank you very much. Look, Rugby 360. I've got that. We're going to go through that in the news. Do we care about it?
I don't like how it seems like all the World Rugby Unions have got together and said, don't pick them for your test team. They're really trying to stifle.
You don't like
that? Well, I mean, it kind of just... Recently, they've just said Rugby Australia, they're going to relax the Goit law and pick players from any competition around the world. Now there's another competition. They're saying we're not going to pick it from that competition. So, like, it's a little bit contradictive to me. Like, they can pick them from France, Japan, England, wherever they're playing around the world, but we're not going to pick them if they're playing R360. So, like...
They mustn't be getting a kickback from the R360.
No. Do you think it's the whole... I don't know.
I think a lot of the unions are coming out in unison.
Yeah,
they had a meeting or something, and I think a lot of them are all. It's like a combined effort to say, like, pretty much to me, sounds like they're trying to stifle this R360 because they probably see it as a threat.
Do you think we'll get any work out of R360?
Oh, look, I may have spoken to a couple of guys last night when I was supervising that may have had conversations.
With, but do you think us as a
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And again, if you then got to sit there and clip your own wings at test footy, I think it cheapens the Wallabies jersey as well. If you're just going to sit there and say, just because you're playing R360, you're not going to play, even if it's our best players playing in that competition, it may very well end up being that way. Then, like, if you're going to pick them from every other competition around the world, you've got to then pick them from R360. You can't just have a personal sort of thing against one particular competition.
Would you guys have gone back in the day? I know that the three of you played for the love and not for the money.
Yeah, I would have signed for 10 years. I called my agent the other day and said, mate, give me a gig.
And did you? But don't mention the hamstrings.
Signed for 10 years and whinged for 12.
Yeah.
Gits, you wouldn't have gone, would you? You would have just stayed at the Brumbies.
I mean, I always love a new competition.
Funnily enough, Gits, I reckon you could get a little contract because you'd be bums on seats.
You wouldn't get a little contract.
Sorry, I reckon you get a contract. Have you spoken to anybody?
Well, let's go for it. Let's push for it.
Perfect. And we'll be the podcast.
Exclusive.
There's no doubt that'll happen.
If you need any one-on-one coaching, Gits, I'll get you ready for it.
Hey, mate, why don't you pitch up?
I agree.
Mate, these are the franchises. London, Miami. Imagine you coaching Miami. Tokyo. You love Japan. Dubai, Boston, Cape Town, Lisbon, and Madrid. Imagine you in Portugal.
So where do they play? What is
Portugal?
it, 5 rounds? I thought it was only supposed to be 5 rounds was the proposal. You
20
travel each one. Is that right?
2026, October 2nd, 2026 is when it starts. 6 male teams, 4 female teams. Doesn't say, well, it's saying in 2027 it'll be April till September, which sounds like a lot of rounds. Then 2028 includes 16 events. You take your swoop, you have a look there for me.
I think it sounds cool with all those towns and cities.
Yeah, it's kind of like an F1 format where all teams go to a destination, play there, then go to another destination, play there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Now,
Let's do it.
yeah, all right. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know how I could add anything to it.
Yeah.
Of course, we need a host.
Thank you. I'll host the whole tournament. It is very good what we've decided to do as a group, which is this health kick. If you could hold up your whoop again. We are now, the KOKO health kick is now officially sponsored by Whoop. The 4 of us have decided it's now, we've got 8 weeks left, basically. From why are you laughing? Because
I try to unbox it with my mouth. What?
Okay.
Mate, don't tell
So
me
just while we're going here, the Swoop's just unboxing his Whoop. He wasn't here last week for the launch, but here is Swoop's Whoop. He's going to put it on his arm right now. 8 weeks. We've got till November 24th,
Okay.
I believe, to shred up, to rip down. Gits, I know you haven't been taking it that seriously yet. Come on, mate.
Yeah, I know. I'll lock in. Got ya.
No, look, I may have been telling a few porcupines. I've been locking in a bit more than I've been letting on. So don't worry. Come November 24, I'll shave the rug off and you'll be pretty impressed.
That's not fair.
Look,
Oh, here we go. Look at that.
these.
Okay,
mate,
we're having a
put
look.
you don't get these if you haven't
Now,
been locking in.
what I wanted to encourage,
Oh, that feels great. That feels great.
Okay, Swoop has now been put on the Whoop. I want to encourage people to join KOKO community on Whoop. We are called KOKO's Unathletic Department.
Yeah.
Get involved.
It's our Whoop group.
It is our Whoop group. Why don't you do the 8 weeks with us? Why don't you send us a before photo?
Yeah.
And then at the end, we'll have a little look at the
And we'll
afters.
put them all up on our socials, like your before and afters as well, alongside ours.
Absolutely. Love it. I mean, Whoop,
Unless they don't want them.
Well, they wouldn't send them through.
What's the end date again?
November 24th. You've got 8 weeks to lock in.
Oh, okay, I better get started.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Swoop, it was your idea.
I know.
I know.
It was.
Yeah. Swoop about a month ago sent us his before photos. I said, boys, keep me accountable.
I
And
might have to
reckon
do
he's
the
checked-
before photos again.
I reckon he's checked his messages twice since then.
And the only message you sent since then was where were you when you were sitting with a beer on the balcony? Said, training's going great. Where was?
That was at his mate's 50th, probably.
Yeah, right. Anyway. So yes, Whoop, they're fantastic. Optimise sleep, strain and recovery with Whoop, the most advanced fitness and health wearable with personalised insights, improve performance with wearing
Whoop,
a Whoop.
there it is.
Whoop, there it is. I've become a bit obsessed with the app. I like to look at my day and see when I'm hitting those high stress marks. Let me say, kids drop off in the morning, getting them ready for school. I'm at a
Peaking.
5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Really?
my God. When I'm between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., the prof is on one.
When's your deepest sleep, James?
About 2 a.m. But
Yeah.
my sleep isn't that great. It's not optimal. They've suggested a couple of things. The AI bot on there has told me
What
I
have
can
they
do.
suggested?
I've got to get no screens like 2 hours before. I should do
Blue light?
some. What did you
You
say?
should wear blue light glasses.
Oh, he hasn't suggested that yet.
Bit of reading, maybe.
Bit of reading before. Also,
Yeah.
no food 2 hours before.
Yeah.
Raw honey? Melatonin?
I don't know. Melatonin.
Anyway, we're dragging this out.
Oh, apologies. Anyway, get on. Become a part of our challenge. Now, we are about to do our Patreon record. It's a little bonus KOKO bit for you. It's just $2 a week. The response the first week was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Another little lovely community down there. You know what I did during the game? I was messaging on
Really?
there's a little message board you can get on.
From your own or from?
No, I was just
from-
writing silly things and
from
writing
KOKO?
prof from KOKO because I didn't know how to do my own. I
Prof,
signed
we
everyone.
said that you can't do that, mate.
No. It's now what we've got is a community where it's a safe space where you can say what you think and feel.
Yeah, but under your profile,
I
not,
write
not
prof.
under the KOKO one.
Do I have my own profile, Tom? I'll work that out. Anyway, this is what I'm going to be doing during games because I obviously ask a lot of questions and these guys have stopped responding to my text messages. So if you can help me during the game, it's wonderful. As I said, just $2 a week. The link.
Giving it away.
Oh, mate. For the bonus content of us.
Chicken feed.
And I was thinking November 24th, our little Patreon, we should do the Patreon in our budgie smugglers.
Well,
and so
yeah.
people,
I mean, I propose let's do a bodybuilding competition on stage.
yeah, that didn't get received that warmly. So the link will be in the bio and all that sort of stuff. Have a little look there. Just a reminder, kickoffs, kick-ons, that's where you can find us. That's website, Insta, all that sort of stuff. Have I missed anything here, Tommy? Tommy's
it's good.
giving me
Wrap
the
it up.
thumbs up. Good on you, Tom. Great episode from you,
Well
mate.
done, Prof.
Just
Yeah, good on you,
insulting
Tom.
one of
Yeah.
the great Wallabies.
Cheers, Tom.
All we got left to do, KOKO! Oh, wow. That is the best video on YouTube. You know what you need to do now? You need to like and subscribe down there. Or if you want extra content, might be down there, you need to go up here or up here and get more of that gear. Thanks for supporting Kickoffs and Kick-Ons, and we will see you very soon.